Have you ever had to lead a team you never met in person during a crisis, with deadline breathing down your neck, and all of it remote? Hi everyone, I'm Vero Armando, and this is my talk to the Leadership Communication course. Today, I want to take you into a reality many of us are already living. A world where we don't lead from behind desks, but through messages, meetings, and moments. What I've learned and what I want to share with you is simple. You can lead powerfully even when you are miles away. What if presence is not about showing up in a room, but about showing up in the right moment with the right message and the right intention? Wouldn't that be a more powerful form of leadership? Let me take you back to 2020 at Biopharma. We were right in the middle of a national healthcare project. COVID-19 was spreading fast, and we had a mission: build and run the vaccine distribution system. But guess what? We were not in one room. We were not even in the same building. We are all working remotely. Our only tools? Virtual meeting, email, chat. And yet with deadline looming and pressure rising, we managed to build something that mattered. How? Because our communication was clear, our purpose was shared, and our leadership was intentional. Now let's talk about meeting. If I said virtual meeting, what pops into your mind? A screen full of muted mics? People multitasking in the background? But here's what I learned. When you lead a meeting, right, it becomes a space for trust, alignment, and momentum. At Biopharma, we didn't have time to waste. We used short agendas, clear outcomes, and follow-ups, and that changed everything. Deborah Barrett, in her book Leadership Communication, says that leadership communication is the purposeful transfer of meaning that motivates others to act. And where better to do that than the meeting? If you run a meeting well, you lead well. If you don't, you lose people. Now let me ask you this. Can people feel your presence through a screen? In my current role, I rarely met clients face to face. Some colleagues are in India. Others scattered across time zone. But we deliver. We innovate. We finish strong. Because presence is not about being in the room. It's about being available, responsive, intentional. Just one well-timed message can build trust. Just one video call with empathy and clarity can replace 10 memos. Leadership presence today is not about being seen. It's about being felt. Let me share the big idea I hope stay with you long after this talk. Communication is leadership. Not a tool for leadership, not an add-on, it is the leadership. Because here's the truth. When you are leading from anywhere, from your kitchen, a co-working space, or halfway across the world. You don't have the usual advantage. You don't have body language to help deliver your message. You don't have the reassuring walls for a physical office. You don't even have the subtle power of shared physical energy in the room. So what's left? What remains is this: words, timing, tone. These are the tools that define your leadership in a remote or hybrid world. Your words shape what people understand. Your timing signals what you value and what's urgent. And your tone, whether spoken, typed, or recorded, convey how much you care. Now here's where it gets real. If you can master just these three things, both timing and tone, you can lead. You can align a team, you can shift a mindset, you can drive meaningful change without ever stepping into a room. Think about that. A single clear message delivered at the right time with the right tone can unlock motivation, can restore clarity, can rebuild trust. And that's not a soft skill. That is real operational, executive level leadership. But now let's zoom out, let's push this idea even further. What if the next generation of leaders never step foot in a physical office, yet they run companies, communities, maybe even countries? What if leadership doesn't happen in meeting anymore, but in voice, notes, direct message, and dashboard? Sound futuristic? Actually, that future is already here, right now. Many of us are leading distributed teams. We are hiring people we have never met face to face. We are building client relationship entirely over video and chat. We are collaborating from Jakarta to Pune in India without boarding a single plane. So let me ask you, are we truly ready to lead in that world? Are we communicating with enough clarity, enough consistency, enough purpose to make leadership possible even in the absence of physical presence? Are we building trust and alignment even when no one sees our face? Because here's why this matters. In today's world, where distance is normal and distraction are constant, the leaders who thrive will not be the loudest. They won't be the ones who speak the most. They'll be the clearest, the most intentional, the most focused communication. They'll treat every word like it counts. They'll treat every message like it moves the team forward. They will treat communication not as a task, but as a craft. So if you are leading a team, managing a project, mentoring others, or simply trying to grow in your own leadership journey, ask yourself, are you choosing your words with purpose? Are you using your timing to build momentum, not confusion? Are you setting a tone that encourages trust, not distance? Because sometimes those three things Words, timing, and tone might be all you have, but you master them, they are all you need. That's how lead from anywhere. So if you're stepping into a virtual role, if your team is remote, if you are wondering how to show up when you are not in the room, remember this. Lead with purpose. Communicate with intent. Show up with clarity, because your voice, your message, your presence, they are your leadership. Whether you across the table, across the city, across the globe, the question is not where you lead, but how powerfully your message move others to act. That's the leadership the future demands. Thank you.